Live from Tampa Bay streaming news leader, this is ABC Action News, taking action for you.
Right now at 5, heartfelt gratitude for the heroes who saved her life.
I can't say thank you enough.
The rescuers who pulled that woman from a sinking car.
Please help me.
Now reconnecting with her. The special message she had for the person who kept her calm in her most desperate moments. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jamison Euler.
And I'm Wendy Ryan. Thanks for joining us. 2 days after that horrific crash, the 20-year-old Seffner woman gets to thank the rescuers, including the 911 dispatcher who sent her help.
Our Carson Chambers takes us inside today's reunion.
When Amanda Antonio's car flipped into this ditch off I-4, deputies say it was so bogged down in mud, she was nearly impossible to spot.
She said the water was at her waist, and then it kept going up to her chest.
Heavy breathing on the other line. Mint water was up to her lips.
It was very stressful, but I had to stay calm.
Sinking into a watery ditch, trapped in her car off I-4 near the amphitheater, 20-year-old Amanda Antonio knew she didn't have long.
Please help me. All right, just keep talking to me so I know that you're okay, all right? Okay, I'm talking.
It's not a good feeling to be coming on scene and seeing something like that, knowing somebody's inside.
Deputy Ryan Cooper.
But the second you step in, you're going waist deep in mud. That mud was all holding the door shut.
And his partner, Deputy Jeremy Pollack, pried open her passenger door.
Yes! Can you hear someone calling you? Yes.
Dive team member Chris Sullivan is relieved he wasn't even needed.
Oh, it's a great feeling. For divers, we don't get that feeling a lot.
This was a rescue, not a recovery. And today, a thankful reunion.
And the first thing I told her, I'm like, you're truly an angel. You one of the very first angels that I've met that night. She brought everyone else to me.
In Hillsborough County, I'm Carson Chambers, ABC Action News.
Well, this story's been getting national attention all week. Last night, we were the only station to bring you this video here of Amanda's first time meeting that dispatcher. You can hear her 911 call and see today's reunion again right now on our website right there at abcactionnews.com. We put together this article so you can find all of our coverage all in one place. Wendy?
The St. Pete McDonald's employee attacked over a straw has now hired her own lawyer. And that lawyer says McDonald's placed Yasmin James on leave after video of the assault went viral. Police arrested Daniel Taylor for the attack, saying he lunged at James over the counter and then kicked another employee in the stomach as he left. Both workers tell ABC Action News they believe they will be paid while they're on leave, and we'll show you what the next steps are in this case coming up at 6 o'clock.
We just got an explanation from the state attorney's office about why it dropped domestic violence charges against NFL linebacker Reuben Foster. You'll remember Tampa police arrested Foster last year after they say he slapped and pushed his girlfriend at a Tampa hotel. Foster was in town for a game with his former team, the San Francisco 49ers. The state attorney's office says it takes domestic violence accusations seriously, but after their investigation, there wasn't enough evidence to move forward. The 49ers immediately cut Foster after the incident, but he was immediately picked up by the Washington Redskins. And a reminder here, ABC Action News has made a commitment to taking action against domestic violence. If you or someone you know is in a DV situation, you can call the statewide domestic violence hotline at 1-800-500-1119.
The budget battle in Washington, D.C., spanning almost 2 weeks now as Congress swears in dozens of new lawmakers. Democrats have taken control of the House, headed up once again by Speaker Nancy Pelosi. The Democrats moving today to approve a bill that will reopen a quarter of the government, but it won't fund President Trump's border wall. The president tweeting today he thinks the stalemate is about the upcoming 2020 election, and he will be in talks tomorrow to continue those negotiations.
We had another warm and humid day today. Thankfully, it's not as humid as it has been over the last couple of days, but overnight tonight into tomorrow, the humidity will spike as we have a cold front that's starting to move in winds now off of the Gulf of Mexico. So look at the numbers, not as warm as the same time 24 hours ago, but we're still well above that average of 70 degrees this time of year. So currently into the upper 70s and low 80s, and your hour by hour shows no threat for rain tonight aside from a very lonely shower. We could see some fog redeveloping though as we head towards sunrise tomorrow, and temperatures will be falling back into the upper 60s and low 70s. But coming up in your forecast, while there's not a lot of rain to speak of now, look what's out towards our north and west. This is the cold front. It arrives tomorrow afternoon with a chance for rainfall. We'll time it out for you with Futurecast and Florida's most accurate forecast in minutes.
All right, thanks, Jason. We'll check back with you. New video tonight of the shots fired call the Pasco County authorities say led to an attack on a deputy. Arrest documents show Mark Gloa fired a gun while fighting with a family member. The bullet did not hit anyone, but body camera video right here shows when deputies went out to their Hudson home, they say Gloa resisted arrest and at one point even headbutting a deputy.
Come here. Come here. Come here. I am playing this game. Turn around. Turn around. Turn around, face that way. Turn around.
Gloa is now facing several charges, including battery on a law enforcement officer.
A moving tribute today to a former Hillsborough County sheriff. Malcolm Beard passed away today at the age of 99. Today, the sheriff's office's motor unit escorted Beard's reins. He spent 14 years as the county's top cop, and then he served in the state senate. The sheriff's office operations center bears his name.
Autopsies are now underway on 3 dead bodies found in Tarpon Springs. Investigators believe the bodies inside a mobile home in the Meadows retirement community had been there for days before authorities discovered them on New Year's Day. Police now believe the victims likely knew their killer. We're still checking with police to see when they'll release the victims' identities or details about a possible suspect.
Right now, Governor-elect Ron DeSantis is reviewing a report about the Parkland school shooting so he can make some major decisions. The 450-page report blames security, the school, law enforcement, along with social workers and the FBI, saying a lot of leaders ignored warnings about the shooter. Now the governor-elect and Florida's lawmakers are deciding on action. That includes possibly suspending the Broward County sheriff for his team's response. The new year will finally see the beginning of a long-awaited road project in Pasco County. Construction will start this month on the highway interchange design known as a diverging diamond right there. ABC Action News reporter Eric Waxler is driving Tampa Bay forward, showing us why it could make such a big difference.
You want something different coffee-wise?
Dana Morris remembers Wesley Chapel 20 years ago.
It was like cows and one traffic light, and none of this stuff was here.
And she's seen so much growth in the last 2 decades, residential and commercial.
It's been kind of miraculous, amazing, and horrible all at once, I think.
Her coffee shop, Buttermilk Provisions, is just one of dozens of businesses that have come to Wesley Chapel in recent years. But with all the growth, especially around the Tampa Premium Outlets Mall, there comes more traffic.
We've all done that, where we're sitting there and we're like, oh, it's right there. We need to go right there.
Backups on I-75 as drivers try and get on and off of State Road 56 are the stuff traffic nightmares are made of. That's why so many are looking forward to the Diverging Diamond. The project is starting at least 4 years ahead of schedule because the need is so great. The big difference will be traffic will use an overpass to drive on the opposite side of the road. Sarah Contino uses the Diamond Exchange that opened in 2017 near Sarasota. She says she can't wait to have something similar here.
As soon as that diamond went up, it made a big difference. So when we found out they were doing that here, we were really excited about that. I think it'll help a lot.
The Department of Transportation says fears about the interchange were unfounded and they haven't seen any rise in accidents. Construction is expected to take up to 3 years and will cost about $33 million. In Wesley Chapel, Eric Waxler, ABC Action News.
And as part of our commitment to drive Tampa Bay forward, we want your tips about traffic issues that impact your everyday life. You can call us at 866-428-6397 or email us at driving@WFTS.com.
New video of a car slamming into a Seminole hair salon. Take a look at this. Action Air 1 flying over Seminole Boulevard just a short time ago. That car ending up almost all the way into the store called Making Waves Hair Designs. Another vehicle might have been involved as well. Deputies say no one was hurt, and they don't think this crash had anything to do with a crime. Jameson?
More organic food spreads sold here in Florida are under recall because of listeria concerns. Osprey Organic says its organic tahini butter was sold in stores here in Florida. It says one of its own customers sent its spreads in for testing, and it came back positive for listeria. So to be safe, Osprey is recalling its tahini and sunflower butters. This reminded us of another recall we told you about recently. Inspired Organics also says its spreads might be contaminated with listeria. We've got the details posted right now at abcactionnews.com/recalls.
A car worth $250,000 destroyed underwater. The new revelations about the driver that left, and investigators with more questions than answers. And 13 million Americans use the service that lets them know what to expect before opening their mailbox. But tonight, the way bad guys could be using it to steal people's identities.
There's no keyboard strokes, no nothing.
The new desktop computer died, crippling that realtor's business. Why his ordeal dragged out for almost a year and a half, leading him to make a call for action.
Get ABC Action News updates anytime. Just ask Alexa.
Right now, we've got some new pictures of a Ferrari that ended up submerged in the Palm Beach inlet after its owner apparently drove it off a dock at full speed last month. Take a closer look here at that car. You see it? According to a new crash report, investigators think the driver did this on purpose, but they're still not really sure why. The $250,000 vehicle ended up sinking about 30 feet to the bottom of that inlet. A dive team used airbags to float the car to the surface. They say that car is now totaled. Jameson?
A state law enforcement officer is accused of driving drunk on I-4 before crashing his car. Polk County deputies say Kendrick Bridges was in his state vehicle when he lost control near one of the Davenport exits. As you can see, his car ended up flipping and partially suspended in the air. Bridges works with the Bureau of Fire and Arson Investigations in Lake Wales. There's now a $100,000 reward to catch a 7-year-old Texas girl's killer. Jasmine Barnes' mother says she feels her daughter's murder was a hate crime. Someone the family did not know walked up to the Barnes family's car and shot inside of it. The other bullets narrowly missing her sister. Celebrities and activists are getting involved with the search for answers. Houston Texans wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins says he's pledging his playoff check to help Jasmine's family with funeral costs. He says when he sees her face, he sees his own daughter looking back.
A new feature from the Postal Service to make your life more convenient is now at risk of being exploited by thieves. We reported on Informed Delivery just last year. It lets you preview your mail with digital images with an email notification or an alert on a mobile app. But a South Florida woman says last month a stranger signed her up for Informed Delivery without her knowledge.
When I went to open that mail, there was a credit card from JetBlue.
She suspects the bad guys were signing up for credit cards in her name and intended to use Informed Delivery to try and beat her to her own mailbox. The post office says it's heard of a couple cases where this happened to other people, but the number is small. If you think it's happened to you, we've posted the number to call on our website. Head over to abcactionnews.com.
A suspect trying to get away from Florida deputies chose an unusual hiding spot. He might have made a different decision if he had known Volusia County Sheriff's helicopter was tracking his every move.
Okay, he's getting in the dumpster. He's inside the dumpster. He just dove in.
Sheriff's Office canines caught up to the suspect, Trishawn Lovett. He's charged with trying to run away from deputies and for being a felon in possession of a gun.
A brand new computer should have taken care of all of his business needs. Instead, a Hillsborough County realtor blames the desktop unit for actually crippling his business. Terry Morehouse spent 17 months trying to fix the issue on his own before finally making a call for action to our Jackie Calloway.
Hey, it gets to there.
The Dell desktop powers on. Then,
And there's no keyboard strokes, no nothing.
the technical trouble started weeks after realtor Terry Morehouse paid nearly $1,400 for the unit.
2 fans, 2 hard drives, and 4 motherboards.
Terry showed me 25 pages of emails back and forth with Dell customer service. They documented chronic issues and repeated repairs.
Unbelievable frustration.
Terry says the technical difficulties hurt both his real estate and tax planning businesses.
I really want either a full refund or a new computer.
This consumer says the computer giant offered him a refurbished computer, which he refused.
I called you.
I reached out to Dell's corporate offices via email and asked that they look at the number of repairs on the unit. 3 days later, Dell sent Terry this email.
Dear Mr. Morehouse, I have arranged for the complete return of the Dell model.
In an email to us, a Dell spokesperson said, we have offered Mr. Morehouse a full refund on his system, which he has accepted.
For a full refund of $1,344.98. Because of you, I'm getting a refund for every penny I put into the computer, something that I spent almost 17 months trying to do and you accomplished in 72 hours.
Dell also told me that before we got involved, they offered to do a complete overhaul on Terry's computer. an offer their customer turned down. I'm Jackie Calloway, taking action for you.
Well, I think it's time for us to get our turtlenecks out again. Is it true?
Maybe not turtleneck weather, but I know you
know
want
that's
it.
Maybe
what
some
I
long
want.
sleeves.
Yeah, I think long sleeves more appropriate, but hey, you want to wear your turtleneck Sunday morning, that's when you can
I'm
do
on it. I'm on it.
We've got a cold front on the way. It's not here just yet, so it's another warm one, another muggy one too. So much so, a couple of showers managed to develop this afternoon. It was very spotty though, most of us actually staying dry. There's what it looks like right now from our Rivergate Tower camera here over Davis and Harbor Island. Not a problem out there for you this evening. But as we look at the radar, again, one lonely shower here out of eastern Hernando County into Sumter County, and then a couple that almost developed here in Highlands County. They're moving over towards Lake O and not having any impacts here locally at home. So temperatures again continue to be the bigger story. 76 in Tampa, St. Pete, Pinellas Park, 78 in Carrollwood, nearly at 80 in Plant City and Brandon. Remember, our average for this time of year is 70, so we're well above that, and certainly well above that now at Avon Park and Lake Placid at 81 and 82. A little bit more sunshine the farther south and east you've gone today. And at the beach, Clearwater just dropped to 73. We're at 78 in Brooksville, 73 in Crystal River this evening. So a little bit more cloud cover today. These clouds all developing ahead of our cold front. That cold front will arrive as we get into tomorrow's forecast. So for tonight, there's not much of a risk for rain aside from a lonely pop-up shower or two out there. For the remainder of the evening, your temperatures will generally level off at around 68 to 70 for your overnight lows tonight. And there could also be some patchy fog that will likely be an issue for us tomorrow morning. It seems like every day this week we've had to talk about morning fog. It will burn off, give us a mix of clouds and sunshine throughout the day tomorrow. But I think as we head to the afternoon hours, we're definitely going to see more clouds. And we'll start to talk about scattered rain chances moving in, especially after 2 p.m. So foggy start with mostly cloudy skies by noon, but some sunshine will manage to sneak through. And ahead of the front, upper 70s, low 80s again. But by the time the front arrives, we'll start to see, of course, rain cooled air. Unfortunately, though, the widespread rain threat doesn't look to be the case with this one. That may be good news if you have the plans Friday evening. But, of course, we're in our dry season, so we can always take the rain this time of year. So notice as that fog dissipates, again, a mix of clouds and sun. No rain by 1:30 tomorrow. There's the cold front. And as we go to 4 and 5 o'clock, it starts to approach the Nature Coast. And then by 6 and 7 o'clock, making it closer to the Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater, and Bradenton areas. And then after 6 o'clock, it falls apart. So this is going to be a weakening line of showers and storms as opposed to a strengthening one like we saw back in December with the severe weather and the flooding rains. Won't be the case with this one. This one's not going to have much of a severe risk, if any at all. And it will continue to decrease in intensity as it moves over towards DeSoto, Hardy, and Highlands County, also Polk County. So lower rain chance here tomorrow evening at around 8, 9 o'clock. Higher rain chance here on the Nature Coast starting at about 2 to 3 o'clock. And about a 50-50 shot for that rain here for those of you in and around Tampa Bay. Gulf waters are going to start to get a little rough, too. We already have the southwest wind today. It'll be a little stronger tomorrow at around 15 knots, so seas pick up 2 to 3 feet, a moderate chop in the bays and coastal waterways, and a sneak peek ahead to the weekend. We could potentially see a little bit of a rip current risk for swimmers out there as the Gulf gets a little bit more churned up heading into Saturday and Sunday. So here's the cooler weather behind the front from Friday into Saturday. Florida's most accurate 7-day shows highs only at 67 Saturday. Sunday morning, though, that's when we'll be at our coolest. Temperatures will fall into the upper 40s to near 50. The humidity, it's out of here, gone all next week. I do not see any kind of humidity in the forecast like we've been seeing the last 5-6 days. As we go into next week, temperatures will rebound back into the upper 70s, though, to near 80, so we see another warm-up, but another cold front will come through Wednesday and cool us off to ensure the 80 to 85-degree temperatures we've been seeing as of late will not return next week.
All right, thank you, Jason. College applications are stressful enough as it is, but one Florida teen says her hard work on the SATs may get thrown out completely.
My name is Camila Campbell. I did not cheat.
Now she's trying to clear her name. The new explanation from the testing company.
Banning smoking on our beaches coming up at 6. The reason behind the new push and how local businesses feel about it.
Fast foodies know the deal.
New tonight, a Polk County man is facing charges after authorities say he trespassed at President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort. Arrest documents show Brian Whitehurst parked in the service entry area and told a Secret Service agent he wanted to discuss Mr. Trump's $6.3 trillion. We're told Whitehurst also claimed to have a reservation but refused to leave. President Trump was supposed to spend the holidays at Mar-a-Lago but stayed in Washington because of the government shutdown. Getting good test scores is supposed to help high school students get into college.
That's right, but a Florida teen says her SAT results may actually hold her back from her dream school. Camilla Campbell recently retook the SAT and improved her score by 300 points. But the testing company sent her a letter saying her scores are invalid.
Campbell insists she did not cheat. She simply worked hard.
To have your effort taken away from you and them saying, oh, well, we think you cheated. It's not fair.
She stayed up late nights. She stayed up early mornings studying. She received extra tutoring because she set a goal in her head that she wanted to reach, and she accomplished that goal. She deserves to be honored.
Campbell wants to go to Florida State University, but she says she can't even apply until her score is validated. The testing company says it won't cancel scores based on gains alone, but that scores could be flagged when test takers' sheets have similar answers.
Paul Agrone shows us now what he's working on for 5:30. Paul?
Wendy Jamieson, thank you. Up next here tonight, a teenage laundromat employee shoved and then robbed by a woman in a Halloween mask. And wait till you see what happens next. Plus, the new warning tonight about the flu in Florida. The Tampa Bay counties now reporting outbreaks tonight. And this.
Safety concerns over this pier falling down. Coming up, the new effort to bring down this structure before Mother Nature.
Closed captioning is sponsored by Lakeland Chrysler Dodge Jeep on I-4 Exit 31.